What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm down at Mooresville Ford. We get to take a look at their 2021 Dodge Charger 392 Scat Pack. So huge shout out to them for providing this muscle car for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. They have a lot of awesome pre-owned and new inventory. All that info is down in the description. But this Challenger here is finished off in smoke show, and it had an original MSRP right around $53,000. We're gonna start off today's review with what powers this Challenger. Underneath the hood, you'll find the 6.4 liter Hemi V8 engine paired to the 8-speed automatic transmission, and it pumps out 485 horsepower around 6,100 RPM and 475 pound-feet of torque around 4,100 RPM. This is rear-wheel drive. It weighs in right around 4,400 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in just under 4 seconds, up to its top speed of 175 miles an hour, and it has a fuel capacity of 18.5 gallons. You can expect to see around 15 miles per gallon in the city and 24 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 120 inches. Its overall length is 200.8. It has a width of 75 and a height of 57.8 inches. As we work our way to the exterior now for this Dodge Charger, let's start off with these headlight housings because they have a really nice sleek design to them that match nicely with the grille. This also has LED headlights along with the LED DRLs that surround the entire outer section. Turn signal is right in the middle there, but I really like how they're nicely incorporated into the grille, just giving it a very distinctive look. You'll also notice too on both ends of the grille, we have even more cutouts to provide cooling to that V8 engine, along with all the cutouts in the upper grille. You can see the Scat Pack badge. And then down in the lower section, there's even more cutouts in the lower grille, along with fog lights on both sides, and really nice contoured lines in this entire front end, just to give it a great look. And then up on the hood, you can see the matte black hood, along with the functional hood scoop right in the middle, just to provide even more cooling. And you can see the lines coming down both sides, just to give it a really nice front end look. And then moving our way to the side, you'll see the 20-inch wheels finished off in matte black with the split 5-spoke design. This also has Brembo brakes up front, and then you'll see the 392 Hemi badge along with the body colored side mirrors. This does have a sunroof as well. You can see all the window trim has been blacked out too, just to match nicely. This particular model also has some window tint on it, just to give it a really nice blacked out look. There's also some really nice lines running down the side. You can see that distinctive line just above the door handle. It swoops all the way back to the rear tire there, just giving it a really nice look. And then in the rear, you can see the trunk lip spoiler finished off in matte black, of course. This has a backup camera. You can see Dodge right in the middle. And we also have the LED connector bar that runs the entire length of the back here. You can see the turn signals on both sides, and then that bar just gives it a really nice look. And then you'll see down below, we have the dual exhaust. We'll start that up here soon in just a second. But with the exterior out of the way, let's take a look at the trunk storage space. There is a button over on this right side that I can push, and it will release it, where now you can see there's a lot of storage with the back seats up. You can see a nice flat surface. We have a large area over on the passenger side and driver side, so you can put in items sideways if you need to. And then if we open up this floor here, you can see there's even more storage along with the battery and a few other tools, so you can easily place items up underneath the floor as needed. And then when you fold the back seats down, you can see just how much more storage space there is, making this a very practical daily sedan. And we do have one grab handle, makes it very easy to close up. And now we can work our way to the interior, so we'll start off in the back seats, where you'll see when we open up this door, we have a really nice door panel. You can see all the leather and stitching, along with this trim piece just underneath that. And there's a good amount of storage space down in that lower section. And now at 5'10", let's go ahead and hop in, where you'll see behind the front seat here, I have it set at my height. I have plenty of room for my feet and my legs. There's even some storage there if you need to use it. And I have a few inches above my head here. It's actually a pretty comfortable seat. I really like how they're all finished off in leather. They have some good bolstering support to them. And then right in the middle, if you pull this down, you can see 2 cup holders along with some ambient lighting right in the middle. And we have a little bit more storage space on the back side there. And then when you fold down these seats, you can see from this angle all of the space that you have. Right in the middle, you can see there are 2 air vents along with 2 USBs. And we even have heated rear seats. So you have those controls on both sides. Really nice touch to see. And then we'll do a quick visibility check from the back seats here. You have a lot of glass, so it's really easy to see for your backseat passengers. And then as we hop out now, before we make our way to the front seat, this does have remote start. So if you see on the key fob here, I'm going to lock it. And if I double tap on this button, this will come to life. And you can hear this exhaust. Definitely sounds really good. We'll get some exhaust clips here in just a second with the revving. If you want to shut this off from the key fob, you can. I'm going to go ahead and unlock it now, or you have the button here that you can push. And looking at the front door panel now, same as the rear, you can see all the leather. We have all the window controls along with the side mirror adjustment. There's even a nice brush trim piece on the release handle and the memory seating adjustments. And this also has the Alpine sound system. So you'll see that badge along with the speaker and a good amount of space in that lower section of the door. And then working our way to the front seats, you'll see the Scat Pack badge right in the middle. We have the leather and Alcantara seat, really nice bolsters and stitching. And these are automatic seats, so we have all those controls down on the side. But let's go ahead and work our way in. We have a low door sill, so it makes it very easy to enter and exit. And then this door opens very wide, so that also helps. And then looking at this steering wheel, you'll see it's covered in solid and perforated leather. We have a flat bottom design, more of that dark trim just to give it a great look. But now with my foot on the brake, let's go ahead and bring this muscle car to life. And you'll see on this gauge cluster, over on the left side is the tach, on the right side is the miles per hour, and right in the middle we have an LCD screen where you can go through a lot of information using these dials. Over on the left side, you'll see voice commands and Bluetooth. Over on the right side is all the cruise control settings, and then on the back side we have volume and tuning, which is great to see. But now coming back to that center screen, you can currently see the miles per hour. If I scroll down, you can go to vehicle information where you can see your TPMS and all of these other vitals that you can monitor. So if you're out on the track, back mountain roads, driving situations like that, you can keep an eye on all of that. You can also look at your performance, go through your 0 to 60, 0 to 100. You have a lot of different timers that you can set, your braking distance, G-force meter. It's really awesome to see all this in a factory vehicle. You can look at fuel economy, which may not be important to you if you're driving this vehicle. You have all of your trip information along with your audio, any messages you may have. In your screen setup here, you have a lot of different things you can configure. You can currently see in that upper left is the range, upper right is the time, and you can go through and configure those as needed, just depending on what you'd like to see the most. We have a speed warning and then any diagnostics that you need to look at. So a lot of info front and center. You'll see too that this does have the paddle shifters finished off in that brush trim, just to give it a nice look. And then over on the left side, you can see all the headlight adjustments and fog light adjustments. We have the dimmers for the gauges along with the trunk release. And then you'll see there's one air vent along with more of that trim, and it surrounds the entire gauge cluster and makes its way to the center screen here, where you'll see we have a lot more information to go through. On the bottom is all the presets, and you can adjust those if you'd like to. But if we go into the SRT dashboard now, you can go through the different driving modes. You have track, sport, and custom. You can see all of those adjust to for the transmission, your traction, your paddle shifters, and your steering. Just by pushing on these, it will automatically set all of those up, or you can customize them as needed. If we go back here, you can go into the Performance Pages tab, which will show you all of the information you saw in that center screen, along with some more information like your dyno. So if I give the vehicle some gas, you can see those adjust. You can go into the engine, look at that. You have your G-force and other gauges as you already saw in that center, but you can bring them up in full screen if you like to, right in the middle. So it's really cool to see all of that you can monitor. If we go back, we have the active line lock, so you can do launch control in this and do burnouts as well. You can adjust the RPM range for your launch control as well. You even have line lock, which I just mentioned. It is awesome to see all this in a factory vehicle. You can also go into the climates. If we turn these on, you can see where you'd like the air to go, temperature for driver and passenger. You have fan speed on the bottom there. You can sync everything, really easy to go through. You can go into different apps, and you can also drag and drop these to the bottom. So if there's something that you use the most, like SRT dashboard, you can quickly bring it to the bottom, so that way there's a great shortcut for it. You can also go to the heated and ventilated seat controls along with the heated steering wheel. And then we have phone when you have that on and paired. And then working our way below that, you can see physical buttons for the radio. We have power and volume along with tuning. There's also shortcuts to the driving modes, which I already showed. We have launch control along with turning that screen off if you'd like to. Traction control and the parking sensors are the last two buttons there. And then there are physical buttons for all the climates. So if you don't want to use them in that upper screen, you have fan speed, temperature, some defrosters too, so you can quickly go through all of that. And there's also a little bit of storage space in front of the shifter, along with a 12 volt if you need to use it. And then making our way to this leather wrap shifter, if I push on the release, we can go into reverse. where you'll see the backup camera appear along with the guidelines. And then if we go all the way down into drive, you can pop this over into the manual settings, so you can use this to shift, or the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters if you'd like to. You'll see a little bit of storage to the right of that. There's also 2 cup holders right in the middle, along with a small storage spot. You could place your phone or the key fob, any item that's thin like that, and you can hide that as needed. And then right in the middle, you'll see we have a little bit of storage space along with some auxiliaries behind that. And then if you remove this, you can see even more storage and a 12 volt. So you can charge even more electronics right in the middle if you need to. And then over on this passenger side, you'll see we have the split design for the glove box, so you can put a lot of items in there. We'll take one last look at these seats. And like I mentioned earlier, we do have the sunroof. So we have that sunshade. You have the sunroof controls along with some garage door buttons. There's even a sunglass holder up top, and we have the dome lights on both sides. All right, so as we get this Dodge Charger out on the road now, it's always fun when I get to drive these, because it's really cool to see that we have a family sedan that's also a very performance-oriented muscle car. So if you're looking for the best of both worlds, and you want a little bit more rear storage with this being a full 4-seater, you have the option to get the Dodge Charger, where you can take this straight to the track. You have so many different settings that I've already gone over, just depending on how you want to drive this, where you're going to drive it, and it just gives you the best of both worlds. You can daily drive this and then take it to the track and then drive it straight home. So if you're looking for one vehicle that can do all of it, it's a great option. But I think that's gonna be enough talking for just a little bit. We're gonna put this into sport mode and use these paddles to downshift a little bit. Definitely sounds really good. So from second gear, and we are up to speed. These paddles, while they're very small on the upper half here, just because we have power, or the volume and tuning underneath it, they're actually pretty responsive, which is great to see. Can't get over how good that V8 sounds. That's what I love about this muscle car sedan, is it sounds good, it has great performance, it's rear wheel drive, so that way you can do those burnouts, do your line lock, get those rear tires warmed up for the drag strip. You can monitor all that info. But as far as driving this, putting a few miles on it, it's what you would expect for this sedan. It's very comfortable. I love the amount of support that these seats offer, especially for the type of driving you're going to be doing. They're equally as comfortable too for daily driving. And I love the fact too that we have a lot of visibility, so it makes it very practical. I can quickly see over that left side. Over my right side, that pillar is pretty thin, so it gives you a lot of visibility all around. And now as we switch over to the POV angle, you can see what it's like to be behind the wheel of this Charger. We're gonna give it a little bit of gas here. And nothing too crazy. I love how that sounds. And we are up into a 7th, 8th gear there, just cruising now. It's not a loud vehicle, just cruising like this, but when you step on it, it will get loud, and it's what you want to hear. Definitely sounds really good. We'll adjust the climates there, which is really easy to do. It's handling really well for being rear wheel drive too. We just had some snow the other day, but as you can tell, the roads are pretty clear. It's very quiet too, aside from the exhaust, just driving it. There's no road noise or wind noise or anything like that. Definitely very pleasant to be behind the wheel, especially if you're daily driving this. And we'll take a quick look at visibility again from this angle. So you can see over my right shoulder there, you can easily see out. And then over my left shoulder, perfect visibility through that rear glass there. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive, getting behind the wheel of this 2021 Dodge Charger. Once again, huge shout out to Mooresville Ford for providing their pre-owned inventory here for today's video. Definitely check out their website, that's down in the description. And if you enjoyed today's review, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I'll see you guys in the next video.